Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock Doc podcast featuring Dr. London Smith. The podcast once referred to as almost as funny as Tosh.0. Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock Doc podcast, where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, drlondonsmith.com. I would like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as sagittal and crank yankers, so I'll try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Hey, Dr. London, are you looking forward to the holidays? They're coming up pretty fast. Way too fast, honestly.
Yeah, you said you were going to time it, see how fast. And
yes, and it's the fastest year on record so far.
Okay, so is that from climate change or is that from something else? Because everything seems to be a record now.
Oh, I think it's crypto related. A lot of it is going to be crypto related.
Okay, is it Ethereum or Bitcoin or is it any of them?
No, it's not a theory. It's real. Crypto's very real.
Okay.
It exists.
Yes.
Dr. London, with these exciting holidays coming up, I was thinking it would be fun to do a little Thanksgiving quiz.
Okay, yeah. Just so we're ready, so we're knowledgeable whenever the day comes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so ready? Question number 1. Are you ready, Dr. London?
Oh, so it's for me to know.
Well, yeah, it's a quiz I'm quizzing you on.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like a personality. It's not like, which Sex and the City Thanksgiving episode are you? It's.
And you're sure it's not
just
that?
Me quizzing you.
Okay, so it's not that.
No. So question 1, DJ Dylan, give me the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme. Now, question 1, gobble gobble. This bird gets eaten on Thanksgiving.
So, for holiday food, what I've seen you eating is like, well, what? I don't think it was a pigeon. Like, I want to say pheasant because that was the size of it, but it looked like the feathers and everything. It looked like a pigeon.
No, it was actually a gutter bird. Gutter birds are birds you find in the gutter.
Is that it? Okay. Oh, that's on me. No, you're right. Yeah, I think if I had thought for longer, then I would have come to that same conclusion, actually. Yeah, okay.
Question number 2. Last year at our Holiday get-together, you ate a dish that my girlfriend made. Do you remember what that dish was?
It was tortilla. It was a tortilla.
That's right. It was the biggest tortilla anyone's ever seen.
Yeah. And
you could do anything you wanted with it.
Well, because you get bragging that the tortilla is a dish. It's not just the food, but it's also a dish. It can hold stuff. And you kept going on about it like you just discovered.
Well, practical foods are very practical, Dr. London.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
God
forbid.
Definitely seemed like you guys thought so.
Question 3, Dr. London.
Okay.
You, after the meal, you had a friendly chat with my girlfriend. What was the chat about?
Okay, I know where this is going. Okay. So I didn't mean to pry. Can I make that clear? Because I feel like this is not a holiday quiz anymore. This is just about me and your girlfriend.
Well, you say you didn't mean to pry, but my now ex-girlfriend said you sort of pantomimed a crowbar, and you said, "Let me grab my crowbar. I'm gonna pry this out of you."
Yeah, and no, and I'm realizing how that can be misinterpreted now. So I asked her questions like, "Have you seen what Cameron's been doing between the hours of 2 and 6 a.m.?"
Why would you ask that question? Everything was going so smoothly.
Well, because I was wondering. I said, I've tracked him for the other hours. But between 2 and 6 a.m., he's gone.
Yeah.
And so I was just trying to pull together some clues here. It wasn't a prying question. It was just meant to be pulling the data together. So
that's it? You just asked where I was? Because she broke up with me, 2 days later.
I assumed that there was an answer to the question that she didn't tell me the answer. She said, well, she started crying a little bit and then went to you. And then it sounded like you guys had a very casual conversation from your perspective. Like your face seemed normal. And then she seemed to have a breakdown. And then you still seem very normal about it.
Question number 5. Why did you ruin my relationship?
Okay.
Do you want me to just tell you what I do from 2 to 6? Because it's not even a bad thing.
Okay. Like, I want to make it clear here. Why did I ruin the relationship? Just to answer your question, I think specifically because of my desire to gather data.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's technically the answer. But yes, I do want to hear 2 to 6.
You are an infomaniac, as they say.
That's what they call me. But yes, 2 to 6. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything bad. Okay? I am taking dogs from their yard and I am putting them in other yards. I'm swapping them all around the city, and I do this every single night. Because dogs, the only world they know is their backyard. Unless they go on walks or a dog park or to friends' houses or to places or anything else. But the only thing they see, Dr. London, is their own backyard. And for one magical night, and for however long in the morning it takes their owners to find them, they get to experience a different backyard. And she said, I don't mind that you do that, but you keep destroying my car in the process. Just the dogs have just been pissing and shitting everywhere, and you are making no effort to clean it up.
Okay, so I feel a little bit better.
And we had successfully gotten away from that conversation, Dr. London, until you brought it up again, lit a match, and then suddenly she could no longer handle the piles of just piss and shit everywhere in the car, which she was fine with.
It also explains how I didn't know about it, because you took a different car. You took her car. Because I've been tracking with your car, the GPS.
Oh, is that why my iPhone keeps getting a notification that says Dr. London is following you? And you usually pop up on video and you're going like...
Yeah, just...
You seem to think if you get closer to the phone, as opposed to just pulling the phone closer to your face.
Sometimes that, or...
You seem to think that makes a difference or something?
Lowering my reading glasses, which I don't normally wear, but I throw them on for that.
You'll put them on and then, So I guess question number 6 is, what are you going to do to make up for this heinous crime that you committed?
Well, first thing, I'm not going to invite you to Thanksgiving, if that's what you're going to get at. Maybe this year I will, I only have so much time left, but I'll try to train a gutter bird to dance for you. If I try to do that, would that make it up a little bit?
That would be really sweet. That I could eat a gutter bird that just danced in front of me. Maybe danced right onto the frying pan.
We'll see what I can train it to do in the few days' time. But I'll try.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways.
All right, that's the Thanksgiving quiz.
So that was our producer, Cameron. Also with us is Digital in the house.
I'm not doing anything bad. Okay? I am taking dogs from their yard and I'm putting them in other yards. I'm swapping them all around the city, and I do this every single night. Because dogs, the only world they know is their backyard. And for one magical night, and for however long in the morning it takes their owners to find them, they get to experience a different backyard.
And later, Cameron tells me we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London.
So look forward to that. But before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. For a long time, our listener demographics, they're primarily composed of arms dealers. Not guns, but human arms. But in our efforts to cater to them, we found that we were neglecting the many bot accounts that followed, that download our podcast. So, Cameron, could you ask the taser for the listener feedback?
Yeah, let me...
Down!
I need to like heat it up or something. Can you put your arm out?
Or something?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, well, our arms dealer listeners would have loved this part.
All right, now let me plug the keyboard into the taser. Taser, do you listen to the podcast? And if you do, ask a question. Okay, the question's coming in. It's tasing it out in Morse code. Dear hosts of the Jock podcast, I am an insane robot made of metal. I listened to this week's episode and it was very good. I'm going to take over the world and your podcast will be the first to feel my wrath. Thank you for your time and I hope you have a nice day. Sincerely, Metal Robot.
Oh, that was really nice.
That was really sweet. So many times on this podcast, the feedback is, negative. Why would you do this? Why would you say this? It's either that or sometimes the feedback is, please help me or, something along those lines. I'm dying and no one can help but you, Dr. London. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm not working right now.
Yeah. It's not this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have a comment on, us being chosen as the first to feel his wrath?
Well, for one thing, I want to start with saying this week's episode, I'm pretty surprised that he thinks that it was good because so far I don't even feel that, but it's great that he. I say he. I think that's. I don't know how the taser identifies, but do appreciate the kind feedback with regard to being the ones that. Did you say we will feel the wrath or we won't? Sorry. We will.
We will be the very first ones to feel his wrath.
Okay.
Because he enjoyed the show so much.
Yeah. I guess, we all define success in different ways, and sometimes it's important to redefine what success looks like for us, because in our case, it appears that success could involve our termination as people.
But isn't that risk sort of worth it, Dr. London, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things? We're just specks. We're just monkeys on this big blue marble in the sky.
And a taser will take over the world and destroy us first with its wrath?
Yeah. The taser, who is a boy, because a taser is a penis, basically.
Okay. I guess I feel a little more weird about all the shocks. Thank you to the taser for listening. Now for today's medical topic, Multiple Endocrine Neoplasia Type 2A. Multiple Endocrine Neoplasia Type 2A, more commonly abbreviated to MEN Type 2A or just MEN2A, or SIPL syndrome, is a part of a group of similar disorders of the endocrine system. And that endocrine system is the system dealing with hormones. So, like the other MEN syndromes, Multiple Endocrine Neoplasia Type 2A, MEN2A, has autosomal dominant inheritance with incomplete penetrance. And those who develop the condition have a propensity to develop multiple endocrine tumors, hence the name Multiple Endocrine Neoplasia.
So you're working on the Men 2.0?
Men 2A.
Men, like the second version of man. This is what you and your mad scientist friends are working on, isn't it?
Well, it's...
What is man 2.0? Why are we as 1.0 such failures in your mind?
Okay, well that's... Have you read the news lately?
No, you don't let me. You say I'll read the news to you. But yes, you've been reading it to me lately, sure.
Yeah, and it was really bad, right? The reviews?
Yeah, it was mostly
terrible.
Reviews for like niche horror movies that I honestly had never heard of. I think it was reviews of like snuff films. That's kind of what it sounded like. I don't know where you found that, like what news site you found that from, but
yeah, well it's a news site I run, but yeah, so But you heard how bad it is,
right?
Yeah,
no, it sounded awful. Like the world is clearly a messed up, awful place.
Which is why we need an upgrade in humanity.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so neo means new and plasia means growth. So that's multiple endocrine neoplasia. In MEN2A, you remember MPH, like miles per hour. Except in MEN2A, MPH stands for medullary thyroid carcinoma, pheochromocytoma, and hyperparathyroidism.
Also, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes.
Yes, it could also stand for that. Thank you. That's helpful. Patients with MEN2A usually have a mutation in the RET gene. So testing for that genetic marker is important, but even after testing for that gene mutation in MEN2A, the patient should regularly be screened for the hormones associated with these tumors because they are at increased likelihood of developing them. And they should also have imaging done as needed to monitor for new tumor growth. Because remember, this is endocrine neoplasia. That's new growth. Treatment should follow this course of testing with medical or surgical interventions as necessary for the growths in question.
Can I make a few, at least, requests for Man 2.0?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I feel like we got it streamlined here, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt to hear more.
I would love, you know how hair falls out? You can't do anything with that. It just like gets stuck in the drain and just makes things worse. You could maybe get enough hair to maybe like make a really tiny pillow for maybe a mouse or something, but not anything beyond that.
Well, okay.
So could it be spaghetti? I mean, just bluntly. And why can't it?
Yeah.
And why won't you allow this? Go ahead.
Why can't it? It's just, so, do you remember growing up when people would say, "I'll give you 5 doll hairs for that"? And you're tricked into thinking.
No one's ever said that to me in my entire life. I've never heard that.
It's all anyone would say to me growing up. People would say, "I'll give you 5 doll hairs for that," and I would think that they're saying dollars, as in U.S. dollars.
Never heard of those either.
I know, and I know Canadians still a stretch for you as well. So, but
loonies.
Yeah,
I love loonies.
So yeah,
and toonies. Have you seen those?
Yeah, the toonies. So anyway, in this new world order that I'm kind of working on, we would those hairs that fall out, those are currency. So they would be very useful, and you would treasure them. So like to imagine it being spaghetti, that'll just degrade. So
okay, so my body's not producing spaghetti anywhere. It can't come out of. I mean, I really hate to be this disgusting. Oh my gosh, I hate it.
Mm-hmm, but
it can't come out of my butt, sort of like a soft serve ice cream.
I didn't mean whenever I said butt for that to be a trigger for what you were about to say.
Yeah, you just wanted to talk about the human butt. I understand. Yeah, it's a fascination of mine as well.
Yeah. So I'd say like it's already really, that part I think is working. That part of the body is already doing something. It's already making stuff.
Yeah, but you can't eat it. You can't mix it into any sort of chili or spaghetti or.
Yeah, no, that is but then if you just trade your hairs, and you can trade hairs from that area of the body as well. And I'm just saying, like, everything has its purpose. It's just not to eat necessarily. And maybe that's the frustration for you.
Yeah.
Is you can't grow your own food on yourself.
Yes, which is very upsetting.
But we can move on from there. All right, Cameron, you said that we have a special guest today. Is that right?
That's right, Dr. London. We have a very special guest who is on the show for the very first time.
Okay, well, hello there. My name is drlondonsmith.com, and this is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Hello, Mr. .com. My name is Oswald Gatsby. I've been called the Great and Powerful Oz. I've been called the real OG. I'm hoping after this little business meeting that we're having right now, maybe Dr. Oz? We'll see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Great Gatsby wasn't...
Yeah, people don't call you that one?
I don't know. I've never read the book.
But just...
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
so
that does make
you wouldn't
sense.
know if people call... Yeah, okay. When people call me stuff and I haven't read the book yet, I'm just lost on whether they've called me that.
No idea.
Mr. Oswald Gatsby, what brings you here today?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, first of all, are you ready to get lit, fam?
Oh,
are you
DJ
ready?
Dylan, play the noise. Play noises, DJ Dylan. DJ Dylan.
DJ Dylan, where were you at my wedding? Maybe we would still be together.
Yes. We hear that a lot.
I've come in here. I've set up a meeting with your people.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list of ideas. Some consultation. I'm a businessman. You see my tie.
Okay.
And I also have a couple of patents that I own that might be of use to your hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got quite a bit of stuff. Let's hope that this little business transaction will work, or I'll be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. No, we get that a lot as well.
Yes. Most of the people who work with us are in a lot of trouble, and they're trying to offload a lot of stuff quickly, or we're trying to offload a lot of stuff quickly. It's a very mutually beneficial relationship.
I completely understand. As you can see, I'm in this library right now. A little down on my luck. I'm one of you. We relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, people go to libraries regardless of their wealth status, I would think. Is that weird? Is it weird that I go to the library?
It's
sorry to interrupt. I usually go to the library to maybe burn some money. It's usually fun to do it in a place like that, but that's the only time I'm there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, of course we all go to the library. I would put the library back on the shelf myself, but someone of your stature, Dr. London, you'd probably get a valet to do that. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, most of my valets are doing that, and I'm always getting told off because the parking's horrendous. But yeah, keep sending them over. So, I guess we should just hop to it. What's the first thing that you're trying to sort of show us, patent-wise?
Oh, patent-wise. You want to start off patents? Okay, so the first thing that I have patent-wise is, okay, you've heard of dowsing rods before?
Is that... Well, I've heard of plutonium rods. I've heard of
the dowsing rods, like the old Native Americans. They would take two sticks in their hand, and then they would let them guide them to water.
Oh, this, yes. Sorry, water sticks is what we called them.
Water sticks.
Are y'all talking about devil sticks? The 90s plastic things?
No, we don't want that bad juju. Just no, dowsing rods. You use them, and they're in your hand, and they. Well, needless to say, I thought of a way to save you money.
Yes. Okay.
This is a very Gucci idea, very cash money. Stick with me. I have developed dowsing rods. You don't need no fancy books to tell you where to find something on the body. I have developed these dowsing rods from ancient Native American technology. They no longer help you find water, but they will help you find where the clitoris is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does it work the same? Is it water-based?
Are you asking if it helps if she's moist?
In your parlance, maybe she has a WAP.
If the WAP is there, the dowsing rods work a little bit better. I mean, who has the medical degree here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just a genuine question because you're basing this on what I understood to be water sticks.
Yeah, ancient technology.
Yeah, this ancient technology. And if it works on a human in a similar manner, then I assumed that it would, because otherwise we're thinking like magnets or something. I'm trying to get the right correlations in my head here. So it's attracted to water.
It's attracted to water, and it will replace any sort of equipment or a medical book. You don't need it. You got these two sticks from some guy.
Yes. Dr. Lennon, before you even open your damn mouth, I have been saying for 179 episodes now this exact same thing. Medicine is an art. It's intuition. I have all the answers in here. I don't need to go to school and read my books. Oh, excuse me. No. I can just reach into someone and just figure it out.
Well, if I had the sticks, sure, but normally I've got my textbook out.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Before now, we were unaware of the sticks, so I understand.
But yeah. Normally, if I'm trying to find it, then I'm browsing through my textbook. But I don't think that having that method is bad. But if we have a new method, of course, then we can do studies. We can test this.
Absolutely. You know what? I can see that it took you a second to grasp your mind around that. So let's move over to the consulting side a little bit, okay?
Sure.
So reboots are everything right now, right? People are remaking old stuff. How about we put bloodletting back on the menu?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Just as a principle, because
you offer it like it's on the menu.
I'd say rarely as an hors d'oeuvre, but sorry, Cameron.
There should probably be a 2022, twist on it. Maybe a little more inclusive, or everyone gets bloodletted, like regardless of age or gender or anything like that.
So you're saying okay. Yeah, the greater inclusivity, because one of the issues that we currently have is that we really use bloodletting for we call it
everything, right?
Yeah, well,
fever, stomach ache.
So
now we take this, we make it sexy. We make it sexy. We get the kids, and really what you're doing is it's just donating blood. It's just donating blood, but you call it bloodletting. Twilight, vampire, whatever.
Okay.
They love it.
Okay,
it's lit.
Because what I was gonna say is that we do bloodletting as a treatment for certain diseases like hemochromatosis, but I do see how just tricking people into donating blood, that's not the word, not tricking. We shouldn't trick people, but to rebrand,
manipulate,
I do see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everyone they'll have FOMO, and they'll come in and it'll be fire.
But phlebotomy is the word that I was looking for earlier. That's what.
Yeah, fire.
Mr. Gatsby, I do have a question. I am not familiar with what's fire, what's cool with youth, and what's cool AF or anything like that. So I do have an idea, but I don't know if it'll capture the younger generation. Do kids these days like the band The Blood Brothers from 2001? Because if so, I have a great pun for this, but it only works if they're a cool band.
I have no idea who those people are.
Damn.
So they probably like them.
Okay. So now I just got to come up with a good pun. Let's see. I'm so close.
You were bluffing.
I was exaggerating a little bit. I'm right there. Blood Brothers and bloodletting.
Well, it says on my paperwork here,
brothers.
or my research of what kids say, bruh. So I don't.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I got another idea for you.
Okay.
So we hire someone whose entire job, right? And this is to help you not waste your time idea. We hire someone. You're busy. I get it.
Yes.
You need a shoulder rub? You good? Everyone good? Everyone got beverages?
No.
I mean, this is virtual, but go find someone to get you some beverages.
I was going to say, no, we don't have those. And we're actually really underwater here. Metaphorically this time. Figuratively. But sorry, go on. So we hire someone, save you time. Their entire job is to go around and see if people are faking it. This I like.
Like a medical cop.
Someone comes in, it's like, I've been blinded. And you go up and you check them. And you see if they flinch. Mm-hmm. Someone says, my leg hurts. You get them to perform. You say, break a leg. If the leg's broke, then they're not faking it. They should probably see you.
Yeah, that's great. Because, I guess that'd be just a more professional approach to triaging. Yeah. You'd have the person at the front desk, and then you have a separate person to maybe, I guess it's more of a bouncer. Is that really what that is? A medical bouncer.
I don't think we want to give that kind of vibe. What were you saying, Cameron?
I'd really like to throw my hat in the ring here, Dr. London. This sounds like the perfect job for me.
Yeah, you do that job a lot at the hospital where I work.
Yeah. Well, look, sometimes I can tell someone's faking it, and they're not going to tell the truth if you just ask them. So, of course, I'm going to use typical officer interrogation techniques, pulling out my gun, showing my gun, holding.
Can you share with us a time that you caught someone faking it?
Yes. So yesterday, Dr. London went in to work, and he was saying that he wasn't feeling especially well, and he blamed it on a burrito that he had last night. Mm-hmm. But I ate the scraps of that burrito, and I'm fine. So I knew it was a lie. And so then I held the gun to his face until he confessed that he wasn't really sick.
That sounds like good old Texas justice.
Oh, absolutely.
You're hired.
It did work, yeah.
Yeah.
It turned out that I wasn't sick.
Yeah. You thought you were, But then
Yeah, for
after
a
the
sec.
interaction with the gun, you sort of things
Yeah, but then
changed.
my stomach knotted right up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're better, because if so, then you wouldn't be able to help. I wouldn't be able to help you. What am I saying?
Yes.
Don't. Moving on.
Okay.
Oswald, real quick, can we ask a question about you? I mean, you're still sort of a mystery man to us. You've given us your credentials, but can we see a little behind the curtain? I mean,
Okay, well, now you're prying.
well,
Like, because
Okay.
this is you and your girlfriend all over again, Cameron. Like,
If
you have
you-
to pry
if
into
you-
everything?
you were the one that pried, right? You brought out a crowbar.
Yes, I know. And yes, but,
I mean, he just has that look on his face like he's the kind of guy to do something like that.
Look, answer it.
The
or
entitlement.
don't. Do whatever you're comfortable with. But I wanted to know a little bit more about you.
wow.
Well, it. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Yeah. I'll have your money to you. No, I'm working on a deal right now. No, don't put her on. Oh, hey, no, I'm in the middle of. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a business deal right now. Yeah, no, he'll get his money. He'll get his money. So if he breaks my legs, I'm already at a doctor's office. All right, I gotta go. Bye. So hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
getting a call. Hold on one sec.
okay,
Let me just-
yeah.
Yeah, he's still here. Oh yeah, no, he won't leave until for sure. We won't let him leave until yeah. Okay, cool. Love you. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can just go on.
Well,
my phone doesn't have any. Okay. No, I don't have any. No calls, no mess, whatever. No, it's cool. It's cool.
We gave Dr. London a calculator and told him it was a phone about 9 years ago. Because he was downloading too many games and the in-app purchases were just really sinking the show. So he
but I do
he's
have a
always-
text.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He always gets texts. What does it say, Dr. London?
It's
Does it say boobs if you hold it upside down? Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Yep.
Or was it 500? Anyway. Yeah.
That's the only person in my contact list.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone. I'm using a public library computer right now.
As your yes. That's why I go to the library as well.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Thank you.
You gentlemen.
Wow, okay.
I'm a little down on my luck right now. I've blew a lot of my money on a lot of failed business ventures, and this is kind of my last ditch effort.
You could say the same about this podcast. Yeah, so
I mean, the guy just called me on the phone, loaned me some money. He's my old boss. He's my ex-boss, and he's also married to my wife now. So
your current wife?
Wow, that's tough.
yeah, I haven't seen my kid in a while.
That's why you shouldn't mix work and family like that,
I'm going to be seeing you soon, Dr. London. If maybe we should just move on to the next idea, huh?
Sure. This is because the prying, right?
It's a little prying.
Yeah, Cameron, you gotta let up. You gotta let up on this stuff.
Okay, let me just ask a fun question for the room.
Okay.
When you go home at night and you get into your big bed, what is it like? My big bed is a mattress, and then there's a box spring, and then I've got blankets. What about you, Dr. London?
I almost have found it. I've almost found the bed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But so
Have you figured out where the light switch is yet?
Well, it's baby steps. I'm still working
Yes.
on that. But yeah, haven't gotten across the threshold even actually. But I'm working on it. But the ground is soft outside. That's God. That's nature's bed. So that's what I have.
Mr. Gatsby?
Well, after I fight Jeremy out back in the alleyway for the good spot behind the dumps, the spot that blocks the wind as it comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, I know it.
Perfect right there. So good. Sometimes
wow.
me and Jeremy spoon, and I mean, it's cold.
And is that inappropriate because you're married? I mean,
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yes.
oh,
I tell you what's
yeah.
going on. I got another idea.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay, so everyone likes something familiar, right? So
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Exactly. Like, so everyone likes to go to Starbucks. Everyone, Starbucks. So we bring a little Starbucks to them. No, I'm not talking about putting a Starbucks in your hospital. Maybe we have the receptionist misspell and give people wrong names to make them feel like, they're at a Starbucks. And that's like, you know what? I don't mind waiting now in the waiting room. My name's not Steven, but this is great.
Which that does speak to patient privacy. If we keep their names private like that, just by misspelling, mispronouncing. I also say, I think Starbucks has really moved away from that trend over the last few years because they got famous for it. And then they started doing it on purpose and they started using that for PR purposes. So now they've left it.
Now it's usually physical descriptors, which I don't think it's better.
Yeah. They'll say, the malnourished, gaunt, thin character who won't get out.
Well, just calling me Forehead Man. I mean, if I'm wearing the the superhero outfit that says Forehead Man, I understand it.
Yeah.
But just out of the blue like that, I don't know.
I have cried in my car a couple times. Yeah. I mean, do I look like a Derek?
Oh, that's who you look like.
Yes, I was gonna. Yes.
I think,
but yeah, that's for
Derek's the name of the man that stole my wife.
Well, then, in her defense, how could she tell which one was which?
Getting another call. Hey, Derek. Yeah, what's going on? Oh yeah, no, dude, he's still here. He has no idea. Oh, nice, and she loves it. All night? 6 times? With skates on? Bye, love you. Okay, sorry about that. Work thing. The podcast I produce.
Oh no, my phone is... Okay. No, it's there's an error on mine. I gotta take it to the store again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants another idea? I got another idea.
Okay.
Let's just pretend like that didn't happen.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Thank you.
I mean, you learn something new every day, right? Up until the age of 26, I thought a pap smear was a technique of spreading butter on toast.
I'd say it's not mutually exclusive, but yes, I think it is also that.
This is what the Dr. Seuss butter battle was all about, right? Whether or not that's to call it a pap smear.
Yeah, it was a semantic argument.
Yeah, it was more of a battle of the lawyers, really.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why Dr. Seuss, that's why he got canceled.
Yeah.
So, next idea, guys. Now, this one, I'm taking us up. So, what do you do when you're in a saturated market, right? You either pay for the promotion, who wants to do that, who has the money to do that, or you associate yourself with something bigger, something positive. That's why you, Dr. London, you're going to give free medical care to a celebrity to endorse you, like a colonoscopy. Who's a favorite celebrity that you want to diddle?
Dr. Oz.
You want to diddle Dr. Oz?
Just because he'll know what's going on. I don't want to
You're
explain
right.
as much.
He can tell you best how to please him.
Yeah, just colonoscopy-wise, it's
very communicative.
I didn't think that you would just immediately have an answer to that. That was kind of a rhetorical question. I mean, we'll get whatever celebrity we can, but if you're really into Dr. Oz, I mean...
Well, just
do we want to back up? Like maybe someone more on the C list, Dr. London, that you'd be okay with?
Dr. Kim Jong?
Dr. Kim Jong? Does it have to be a doctor?
Who else?
I'm thinking like McLovin, like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, like someone like that. I feel like you could probably give them $65 and they'd be down,
Yeah.
Just keep it on the cheap.
You know what? Go on Cameo. If they're on Cameo, then they'll probably do it.
Yeah. That is the threshold.
And then afterwards, they'll be like, this is for Dr. London. Happy birthday. Your friend paid me $50 for you to give me a colonoscopy on Cameo.
Oh, who's on Cameo is every single person who's ever been on The Office for even 5 seconds. What if you got all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
I mean, not the good ones, not the famous ones, of course. Obviously, not the ones that people would like, but Kevin and
brainstorming
Stanley.
The other ones.
I love this.
Stanley.
Oh my gosh,
is getting a colonoscopy by Dr. London.
Colonoscopy marathon.
Here's the issue I see though, and like a lot of people don't know this about human anatomy. I can't use the one colonoscopy, the endoscopy tube. I can't string one through all of them at once.
The technology isn't there yet.
No, because the problem is it would have to go through, because we only deal with a large intestine, sigmoid colon, large intestine, for one person. We don't go through the whole small intestine and then stomach out the esophagus and the mouth and the throat.
You're saying it only worked with a human centipede situation.
I'm not saying that, but the point I was making was like to loop it through that many people, the entire expanded cast of The Office. Like I think we would need a lot more kind of running room, Like, and I don't know if it just the intestines are so big, and the thought of this is so intimidating. Can we just do all the celebrity doctors? Because I feel like that's easier.
Someone's getting a little shy, I see. You can see the sweat in his face. Yeah. He's less concerned about meeting the celebrity, and he's more concerned about, like, how am I going to fit all of this in that ass?
Yeah. Which...
reasonable.
And, like, I think I'm justified, yes, in this fear. But,
well, if it's about having enough ass to be able to fit everything in, I mean, Kevin from The Office or Stanley from The Office would be great for that. Huge dump trucks.
Yeah.
Right after a bowl of chili.
Mm-hmm. Let's, like, as great as these ideas are, I do feel like we are getting to the point where it might be time for chores.
I hate this.
And I know, yeah. I guess for me, the thought of shoving an endoscopy tube into a whole bunch of people does automatically make me think of just doing chores, doing household work.
I'll do anything for $1.
But mm-hmm.
Can you go 75 cents?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, okay. Sure.
So, all right. So it's 75 cents then.
Okay. For this chore. Okay.
Let me explain what we're talking about. Every single week, Dr. London and I have been really lazy about doing our chores, so we invented this fun chore wheel that we spin. Whatever task, whatever item on our to-do list that it lands on, we have to do it. And Dr. London, that means even if it lands on put on pretty makeup and make yourself real pretty, you have to do it. I know you hate looking so pretty.
I know, but and like, no, I get it. Like, it's just for me, it's more the timing of the year. Like the big ball isn't for another few weeks, and I guess it's good to practice the makeup.
Yeah. Get the cat calling out of the way so you're used to it this time. It scares you most of the time. Once construction workers say something, you go, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Because I think they're asking me to do work for them, and I'm like, I'm not as
too busy for that.
Should we cat call him right now to kind of acclimate him to like get him?
Okay, because it's not the chore. It's like if that's the chore, then
what if then to convince
extra credit?
What if to convince you to spin the wheel for us, Dr. London, we catcall you a little bit? We're like, hey baby, why don't you spin that wheel?
Works. Okay, that does work. Okay, no, try it. We'll see if it works.
Hey baby, check out that wheel over there. You gotta spin it.
Hey, scrub-a-dub-dub, I want you in my tub. Go spin that wheel and then come take a spin on me.
Ooh, those gams. Now go spin that wheel, Toots.
You have really nice teeth. Yeah, go spin that wheel.
Okay, yes. Fine.
Oh boy, of course we have to do this one.
At least it's not the makeup.
Am I famous now?
Are you famous now? From what?
I don't know how this internet stuff works.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's... Everyone thinks that at first, but I assure you, if anything, this appearance will only hurt your credentials in that regard.
You will be canceled in a lot of countries that you haven't even heard of.
Can't go lower than the bottom.
Absolutely. And you've got 75
You
cents
say
now,
that.
or you will if you do a good job at this chore. But sure, and so you got something. Now
I'm DTF.
The chore we got to do, and I hate that we have to do this, but we have to come up with the new slate of emojis.
Again?
Apple had contacted the mayor, and he said, the emojis suck. The current ones we have are really bad. They're ugly. They piss me off. We need some new ones. And we're reaching out, of course, to the only person I know who, for him, was the mayor, and for the mayor, it's us. And I'm very happy to have you, Mr. Gatsby, here with us, because it sounds like you really have a finger on the pulse of, not only checking your bedmates to make sure they're alive in the morning still, but also on the culture and the zeitgeist. Both things. So, I mean, let's start with the pitches, guys. Let's start thinking about some emojis. What do we got?
Okay. Just thinking through like my life and even what we just transitioned out of, we don't have enough endoscopy tubes and colonoscopy emojis. So whenever I'm texting people, about whatever, I don't have a way to express that except through literal words. So maybe.
And is this just going to be the tube itself, or is this a little yellow guy who's getting something shoved up his ass?
I think it'd be the latter one. Yeah.
Wow.
For clarity, because everyone I know is already texting this idea. Yeah. And we're having to go like peach emoji and then syringe, and it's complicated and it's not accurate. So
people think that's a butt shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And believe me, it has caused trouble in the hospital.
That's pretty good. What else we got, guys? We got to come up.
As a recently divorced man being online in Tinder, it's so confusing it's like I don't understand if someone wants to get with me or not. So maybe we have an emoji of someone like eating a banana or something. You could just kind of see an outline in their mouth. That way, it's just an eggplant. Like
Oh yeah.
You want to go out to dinner or something? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Is it? I mean, we're talking about medical things, and what is more medical than the human erect penis? Can we just have one of those?
That is very medical.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I would want to push back a little bit on that. I would say erect, I wouldn't say is as medical as flaccid.
Anytime I've gone to the doctor, it's been a different story.
Isn't that a lake?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and
Lake Flaccid.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, let's not rule that. What is that? No, sorry, that was my idea. Okay, I was going to say, is that the emoji you meant? But no. Okay, so
a flaccid penis, we'll just do that then.
Yeah, well, maybe we can develop some sort of emojis where we could, I don't know, in case we want to start a revolution, we can talk in like code through emojis, like whole sentences.
We are about to have to go through revolution, yeah.
What if we came up with like 25, 26 like little squiggly things, and each one makes a different sound, and when you combine them, then it makes sort of,
a super sound.
A super sound that you can say and convey information with. Does that make any? Am I just speaking an alien language here? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. So,
I think you've taken us to the next level, my friend.
So let's say, let me think of something.
Revolution begins here.
Okay, so code, like, I mean, all that's coming to mind is owl. Do you want to call
just
one
like a picture of an owl?
No, I meant Al, like short for like Al Borland, Al.
Oh yeah, sure.
Roker, just Al. That can be a letter.
Or let's make it Al Roker.
Yeah, let's make it Al.
Because we can use emojis, so let's just go ahead and make that Al Roker.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you sent me Al Roker, a peach, and maybe like a single water drop, I would think. We're probably going to have light rain in Georgia.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And that's the kind of information that is
we
really
do want to
useful.
communicate that. Yeah. Okay.
I have one that I think would be really, really cool. But again, I don't know what's cool with or Gen Z or whatever, but I think it'd be really awesome to have an emoji of my missing son. I think it would really help raise awareness. Just get his face out there, even if it's a little emoji style.
And when you highlight it, it identifies itself as the missing son.
Well, in all the all the different ethnicities, yeah, my son.
I'm so sorry if I'm just smiling like crazy right now. When I get in nervous situations, I just gotta smile through it, and I hope that they find your son. And it's not funny. I just want to let you know that I'm serious about it. I hope that they have that emoji soon.
We can make it happen right now.
Well, at this point, you haven't found your son because of Apple.
I'm sorry. Actually,
exactly.
Yeah, I'd say for one thing, it's the
tell
emoji.
That to the investigators.
But like, couldn't we just get your son's face on a milk carton emoji? Because that's how I know as a millennial.
No one drinks milk anymore. Put it on the back of an oat milk container.
Oh, soy and oat. Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Or maybe is there like maybe a newer type of fake milk?
A gluten?
Is there
milk?
is there like tomato milk yet or something? Broccoli milk.
Yeah, let's do broccoli milk. Missing child identifying.
Like asparagus milk.
Also good. Let's go through all the veggies.
Okay, so
all of them.
Yeah, there's little orange ones.
Yeah, one of them is pale.
Little brown kind of turds.
There was this one that you pulled out of the ground, and it screamed. Mm-hmm. Wait, that was Harry Potter.
You pulled Harry Potter out of the ground? And is he really on hard times? Does he hang out with you and your dumpster buddies?
Well, I guess after that author has gotten in some trouble with some of her opinions. Yeah, I could
Potter's
see that.
not bringing in the royalties like he used to. That sucks.
It's the guy who played Ronald Weasley. It's not Harry Potter. Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe is a white success. He's going to be in the new Weird Al movie. He's playing Weird Al. Now, Ronald, on the other hand, no, he's back there in the alley. He tried to convince us that like fellatio was like some sort of like magic word.
Oh,
and it's not.
And
it's not. He had all these kids on the sidewalk just going fellatio,
and we're sure that it's not
no magic happened.
All muggles.
Okay.
All muggles. I hate when people lie about being a muggle.
So I feel like we got it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's all the emojis. We'll just package that up and send that to Steve Jobs Jr.
Yep.
And yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Oswald Gatsby, for being on the podcast. I think that's about it. Is there anything that you want to give a shout out to? You want to promote? Any friends of yours?
My out of character. My wife Teresa, she started her job as an art instructor today.
Wow.
Yeah, with little kids and stuff. So,
and that's really sad that she doesn't talk to you anymore.
Damn it, Derek. I was gonna end it the other day. Or as the kids say, KMS. I was gonna kill myself. Yeah. So I wrote a note and I went to the place and I got vaccinated. But you know what? Turns out that the vaccinations don't kill you. It actually protects you. Like who would have known? So now I'm just like, well, I'm protected. Maybe I should just keep on living.
It's been confusing for me that I think that we just had the abbreviation wrong. That maybe KMS just means like, be protected from a global pandemic.
Or maybe kill my sister instead of self. Maybe you're trying to kill your sister.
I mean, IYKYK. If you know, you know.
For all I know.
That's right.
All right. So thank you so much, Oswald Gatsby. Thank you to our producer, Cameron. Thank you to Digital in the House.
I am not familiar with what's fire, what's cool with youth, and what's cool AF or anything like that. I am not familiar with the culture and the zeitgeist. familiar with Gen Z or whatever. Gen Z or whatever. Do kids these days like
Dr. Ross.
Do kids these days like
Twilight, vampire, whatever. They love it.
Do kids these days like
Starbucks. They'll have FOMO, and they'll come in, and it'll be fire. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
My name is Dr. LondonSmith.com, and this has been the Jock Doc Podcast.
See ya.